Welcome back to the English time. So we have already completed activities of chapter number 2, learning the game. So we have to move some of the activities in that. We have already completed the class and there are some activities remaining here. Let us look at some of the activity. So all of you may please take page number 33 of your textbook. Page number 33. Take your textbook. Look there. So there is a poem there, but poem let us deal with at the end of this unit. So let us complete the activities regarding these two chapters. That's why I skipped the poems. Poem will be taken at last. Okay. First one, activity number 1. Have you seen? Read the sentence given below from the story The Race. Have you seen it? Tarun always thought of himself as the black sheep of the family. Black sheep. You look at the board. Black sheep. What is the actual word meaning? Black sheep. You know what is black? And sheep. So, black sheep, karutta chemmeriyad. So, actually that is not the meaning. Whenever when we studied the lesson, we found that it has some other meaning. Such usage is called idiom. I-D-I-O-M. Idiom. Such usage is called idiom. So what is an idiom? A group of words with a meaning different from the meaning of the individual words is called idiom. A group of words with a meaning different. That means the meaning is different. Actual meaning we know black sheep, we know that. But here black sheep means, what is the meaning of black sheep? Odd person in the group. So what is the expression black sheep mean? Odd person in the group. In a particular group, actually sheeps are not black. You know how the sheep, what is the color of sheep? Chemmeriyadin Kootam. Have you seen? You may have seen in pictures or some videos, you may have seen the group of sheep. So they are white in color. But black sheep means odd person in the group. So that is something is different. But here black and sheep jointly, black sheep means odd person in the group. Refers to the color of the sheep actually, but we use figuratively. It is used figuratively. That means the odd person in the group. It is called idiom. Now you look, read Ravi's diary entry given below and circle the idioms or underline the idioms. Let us read. When I reached the ground, it was raining cats and dogs. I felt blue as I was not sure if the match could be held. Viewers like me get a chance of watching the match only once in a blue moon. The ball was in the umpire's court. Finally, the match started and we enjoyed a wonderful game. Today is a red letter day in my life. So this is a diary entry of Ravi. Ravi's diary entry. So what are the things written there? When we reached the ground, it was raining cats and dogs. So what is the actual meaning? Raining cats and dogs. Raining, മഴ പെയ്യുക. പക്ഷെ മഴ പെയ്യുന്നത് മഴത്തുള്ളികളല്ല. Cats and dogs. So is it possible? No, it is not possible. So it is a type of usage. ഏതുപോലത്തെ? We have already told earlier. We told earlier that what? With another meaning. Apart from the actual meaning, we use that term in another meaning. So such expression is called. So we can underline that raining cats and dogs. So that means the actual meaning is different or actual meaning is different from this usage. So it is raining cats and dogs. Another one is what was that? Viewers like me get a chance of watching match only once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. That is also another type of idiom. Another idiom. So we have to find out the meanings of these words. Then in the umpire's court. It is in the umpire's court. തീരുമാനം അമ്പയറുടെ കോർട്ടിലാണ് എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അമ്പയറുടെ ഒരു കോർട്ടൊന്നുമില്ല അവിടെ. ബട്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് മീനിങ്. Okay, and the match started. We enjoyed a wonderful game. Today is a red letter day. It's a red letter day. Red letter means ചുവന്ന അക്ഷര ദിവസം. So that is the actual meaning, but apart from that meaning, it has got, let us look what can be. Now match the idioms you have identified with their meanings. Look there. Look there. First one, something is, you have to write, you have to find out the word from there. What is that? When we reached the ground, it was raining cats and dogs. I felt blue. That I didn't tell you. Felt blue. What is felt blue? നീല തോന്നി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So that means another meaning. What is that? Feeling sad. That is felt blue. So it is an idiomatic usage. Okay, now come back. What will be that? Feel sad. What will be the corresponding idiom for that? You look, what can be? Feel blue. Feel sad means feel blue. Somebody's responsibility to take action. Question number 2. Somebody's responsibility. What will the answer? Okay, who can say? In the umpire's court. That means somebody has to take the decision. Then happening very rarely. Look at the diary, you will understand that word. So in this way you have to write the remaining two of them. I have told you, feel blue, and second one in the umpire's court. Third, fourth, fifth, from that context you read and find out the actual words and write there. Okay, and you may write it only in the textbook only. No need to write it in the notebook. You write on the textbook. Another B, another activity, find the meanings of the following idioms with the help of dictionary. So it is a dictionary skill. You have to use a good dictionary and use them in your own sentences. One or two can be given as example for you. I will help you to do one or two. Then you will get an idea. Then you do it in your notebook. This is to be done in your notebook because there is no space has been given to write in the textbook. So it is to be written in notebook. So what are the words given there? Pros and cons. What is pros and cons? What is the actual meaning? Sorry, what is the idiomatic meaning? Idiom meaning. Pros and cons. Pros and cons means are usually used for advantages and disadvantages. What is advantage? ഗുണം ദോഷം ഗുണദോഷങ്ങൾ എന്നുള്ളത്, അതായത് ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു സംവിധാനത്തിൻ്റെ. സോ വി ക്യാൻ ഡിസ്കസ് അബൌട്ട്, ലെറ്റ് us ഡിസ്കസ് അബൌട്ട് ദ പ്രോസ് ആൻഡ് കോൺസ് ഓഫ് ദി ഓൺലൈൻ ക്ലാസ്സസ്. Pros and cons. What is pros and cons? So it's an example. You can use it as an example. Or hundreds of people or students sat debating the pros and cons of wearing uniform in the school. Students sat debating. They were ഒരു ചർച്ചയില്ല, ഡിബേറ്റ്, വാദപ്രതിവാദത്തിൽ ഏർപ്പെടും about the pros and cons of wearing uniform. Okay, so let us discuss about the pros and cons of online classes. Is it? Actually, what do you think online class? It has a lot of advantages. You think a lot of what can be the advantages of online classes? Online class and advantages എന്തൊക്കെയാണ്? What are the advantages of online class? Disadvantages, we know that disadvantage we cannot see. നേരിട്ട് കാണാൻ പറ്റാത്ത, not only for me, you also, because you cannot see yourselves, your friends, there is no connection. It is a disadvantage. Pros and cons. And what is another, what is pros? Advantage is that there is no need to sit in a classroom under a cruel eye outward. അങ്ങോട്ട് ആദ്യം പഠിക്കണ്ടായിരുന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷം 10ാം ക്ലാസ്. ഒരു ക്രൂരൻ കണ്ണൊക്കെ നിയന്ത്രണത്തിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ. സോ now you are free free to stay wherever you are. Even by laying on the bed, you can listen to the class. Nobody will, but only at the time of examination, it will be affected. Okay? Okay, anyway. So, pros and cons. So, the students are debating pros and cons of the school uniform, or let us discuss about the pros and cons of online class. So, okay, pros and cons. So, I hope that you have understood the actual meaning of pros and cons. And so, you write a sentence of your own. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ചർച്ച ചെയ്ത സെൻറ്റൻസ് അതേപടി എഴുതരുത്. അപ്പോൾ പിന്നെ നമുക്ക് എന്താ ഒരു ചലഞ്ച് ഉള്ളത്? യു ജസ്റ്റ് റൈറ്റ് യുവർ ഓൺ വേർഡ്സ്. Do not repeat the words don't repeat the sentence which I told here. You write another sentence, then only it is a challenge. Otherwise, any policeman can. അതായത് പോലീസിനും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമെന്ന് പറയല്ലോ, അതല്ലല്ലോ. You have to show your identity. Anyway, okay. Next, another one, bed of roses. Second one is bed of roses. What is the meaning of bed of roses? Rose in the bed. So, what is the actual meaning? Comfortable and easy. That is bed of roses. അവനെ സ്വീകരിച്ചത് ബെഡ് ഓഫ് റോസ് വെച്ചാണ്. ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് വിതൗട്ട് എനി പ്രോബ്ലം. ബെഡ് ഓഫ് റോസസ്. സോ ലെറ്റ് us say life is not a bed of roses. This online class period is not a bed of roses, you can say, because you have a lot of problems to face. You do not have the chance to see yourselves in the classroom. Moreover, your friends, you are not going to see your friends, etc., etc. You can show bed of roses. So, life is not a bed of roses. Okay, two words that I told you. So, as an example, so the remaining words, how many words are there? Total 8. What are the words? The Herculean task, blue blood, crocodile tears, 11th hour, in black and white, red tape. Find out the meanings of these words and write a sentence, at least one sentence each for. So, there are 8 words. For 8 words, you write 8 sentences. And first of all, you write, what you write? You just write bed of roses, for example, bed of roses. You are writing bed of roses. So, what is the meaning? The meaning? What is the meaning? Comfortable and easy. Whenever comfortable and easy. Comfortable and easy. You can write it on the notebook by referring a good dictionary. If you refer a dictionary, you can see these words and the meaning, you write it. Then write an example. What can be written? Life is not a bed of roses. Life is not a bed of roses. Understand? So, this is the word. Second, number 2. First one I told you. Then you write the example here. So, in this way, then you write 3. Write the word, its meaning from the dictionary, then write a sentence. So, in this way, complete that task in your notebook. Hope you have understood. If there is any doubt, don't hesitate to call me. Now, let us look at the activity number 2 in page number 34. Activity 2 on page number 34. Life is full of ups and downs. A training school is very expensive. Children of your age are competing there. Tears were rolling down his cheeks. Have you seen? So, now look. The first sentence. Life is full of ups and downs. So, life is in the subject part. So, what is subject and what is predicate? You may have heard the word subject, but predicate and subject is different from that you have already heard. Subject, you know the meaning? ഒരു വിഷയം, English, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ physics, chemistry, biology. These are subjects. But here, subject and predicate means of a sentence means, subject of a sentence means the doer of the action. Actually the doer of the action subject അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു വാചകത്തിൽ എന്തിനെ കുറിച്ചാണോ ആരെ കുറിച്ചാണോ പറയുന്നത്, that is the subject, and predicate is what is said about the subject is predicate. Okay, that is life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of ups and downs. Here life, this sentence tells about the life. Any doubt? This sentence tells about the doubt. Rahul is a doctor. ആരെ കുറിച്ചാണ് പറയുന്നത്? Rahul. So Rahul is the subject. Some of the students have asked me some doubts about this subject and predicate while the class was taken in the Victor channel. So please listen carefully. ലൈഫിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ് പറയുന്നത്, ഫുൾ ഓഫ് അപ്സ് ആൻഡ് ഡൗൺസ് എന്ന്. സോ ഒരു വാചകത്തിൽ ആരെക്കുറിച്ചാണോ എന്തിനെക്കുറിച്ചാണോ പറയുന്നത്. രാഹുൽ ഈസ് എ ഡോക്ടർ. വെൽ രാഹുൽ ഈസ് കമ്മിങ് ഫ്രം മുംബൈ. ഹി ഈസ് ഗോയിങ് ടു അമേരിക്ക. ഹീയെ കുറിച്ചാണ് പറയുന്നത്. സോ ഹി ഈസ് ദ സബ്ജക്റ്റ്. ഹോപ്പ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ക്ലിയർ ഫോർ യു. If there is any doubt, you must call me or must give a message. Give a message is better. Whenever you are calling, I may not be free at that time because I have some office duties also. So life is full of ups and downs. Then what is said about this life? ലൈഫിനെ കുറിച്ച് എന്താണോ പറയുന്നത്, and that is predicate. ഒരു സെൻറ്റൻസിനാണ് ഈ സബ്ജക്റ്റും പ്രെഡിക്കേറ്റ് ഉള്ളത്. So it is very important. We have to study another thing, that is clause, if clause. So at that time, subject and predicate is very important. So you must understand what is subject and what is predicate from here, now itself. Otherwise we cannot continue the class. I will continue the class, but you cannot digest the hikka. Okay, I think it is clear for you. So in the first sentence, life is full of ups and downs. ലൈഫിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ് പറയുന്നത്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് സബ്ജക്റ്റ്. ഫോർ ഓൾ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് ദർ ഇസ് എ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് ദർ ഇസ് എ പ്രെഡിക്കേറ്റ്. ഓൾ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് ദർ ഇസ് എ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് പ്രെഡിക്കേറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ലെറ്റ് മീ സേ അനദർ സെൻറ്റൻസ് ഹിയർ. സോ സംടൈംസ് the teacher says whenever when he likes some students who comes late to the class or somebody who speaks inside the class, what will the teachers? Stand up. Stand up. Stand up, pointing to a particular student. Stand up. So actually it is a sentence. There is only one word. Stand up ഒരു one word ആണ്. അതൊരു phrasal verb പോലത്തെ ഒരു word. Stand up. So what is the subject here? It is verb. എഴുന്നേറ്റ് നിൽക്കുക. That is verb. So what is subject here? Actually you stand up. You stand up. You stand up. That is the you stand up. So who? You stand up. So you is the subject and this is the predicate. So all sentences contain a subject and a predicate. So hope it is clear for you. If there is any doubt, don't hesitate to call. Okay, subject and predicate. Now let us look at the remaining sentences. What are the life is full of ups and downs. A training school is very expensive. So what is subject there? Is very expensive എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് എന്തിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ്? A training school. So a training school is the subject. So in that way, children of your age, നിന്റെ പ്രായമുള്ള കുട്ടികൾ. So children of your age, that is the subject part. Are participating or are competing there. Are competing there is the predicate part. So you write there in the textbook, only in the textbook there. Did you notice the change in the words according to the singular and plural subjects in the sentences? Now life is full of, okay, and tears were rolling. tears were rolling. So here life, Jeevitham, that is a singular subject. So what is the verb used here? Is. Here it is tears, tears, and it is a kannanir tulligal, kannanirugal. So it is used as plural. Tear alla oru kannanir tulla, tears plural aanu. So were is used instead of was. Was alla were, plural is used. So that is to be very important there. So in textbook you write life. What is the verb? Only verb. Life is. And the last one, tears were rolling. Were plus ing form. So were rolling. So for the fourth one, you have to write were rolling. Okay, a training school is the subject. For the second one, sorry, is the verb. Is verb. Then third one what is that? Children of your age are competing. Are competing is the verb. Auxiliary verb, main verb undengil. I hope you have studied the auxiliary verb from 8th standard. I'm sure you have studied. You have studied it, I know. If there is any doubt, if you didn't study, I will give the list. You better just ask me. I will give the auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had. Then do, does, did. These are main auxiliary verbs. I know. I have told you. I myself has come to your class and one day I taught you. Then another is model auxiliary verbs are there. Model auxiliary verbs are there. What is there? Can, could, shall, should, may, might, have, may, might, used to, dare, have to, must, something. So I have, if you need, I will give the list. Okay. So usually singular subject take a singular verb, whereas a plural subject takes a plural verb. That I told you here. This is singular, life onnana, so is used. Is singular ana. Tears, it is plural, so you can use were. So that is the procedure. Now read the description of the race and underline the singular verbs. In the given paragraph, you find out the singular. On the track, there is a shallow path. There is a shallow path. So, is a singular verb. As he is running. He is running. Again, singular verb. Okay, in this way, you just find out the words. Find out the verbs there. Then, here is a paragraph about the reactions of the spectators. Fill in the blanks with the suitable form of verbs. You have to use whether verbs are given there, is and are. That means you have to find out Tarun's mother dash. Tarun's mother, that is a subject. Singular or plural? Tarun's mother, Tarun's amma. ഒന്നാണോ ഒന്നിൽ കൂടുതലാണോ? It's singular. So is are avendadu. So is. So in this way you find out her son Ramnarayan and his trainees. Ramnarayan and his trainees. Trainees എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ തന്നെ പ്ലൂറലായി. കൂട്ടത്തിൽ രാംനാരായൺ ആൻഡ് തരുൺ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ രണ്ടുപേരെ അപ്പം തന്നെ പ്ലൂറലായാലോ. സോ ആൻഡ് ഉപയോഗിച്ച് വരുന്നത് when two subjects are combined using and, it will become plural. Here trainees എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ തന്നെ പ്ലൂറലായി. കൂട്ടത്തിൽ രാംനാരായണനും കൂടി ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ട്രെയിനീസ് ഒരു 10 ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ +1 രാംനാരായണൻ. സോ ദർ ആർ 12 or 11 or something like. So it is plural. So what can be used? Is or are? What can be used? Is or are? Tarun's mother singular ആണ്, is ഉപയോഗിച്ചു. So trainees, രാംനാരായൺ and trainees plural ആണ്. So are. So in this way you do the remaining blanks. You complete the remaining. So that is also you just write in your textbook. So that is all for the day. You look the activities which we found from page number 33. You have to write. First of all, you have to write activity number 1, idioms. So BA, Ravi's diary entry. You find out, underline the idioms. Then you write 1, 2, 3, 4 according to the meanings. So that is a textbook activity. Then B, find out the meanings of the following idioms. 8 idioms are given there. You find out the meanings, and each of the meaning, each of the, using each of the words, you just write a sentence, a simple sentence, a sentence you just write in your notebook. So it is a notebook activity. And the third activity number 2 you complete. First of all, write, split the sentences into subject and predicate. Then B, so that the remaining part, find out the verb in all the 4 sentences. Only one is given there, and another one is 2 paragraphs are given, that you just find out the verb. You just underline in the left side paragraph, you just underline the verbs, and right side you just write is or are, which is suitable there. Thank you, and that's for the day. Thank you. Have a nice day.